Hello, so buddies. You're welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Whitney Highway here, and you're highly welcome. If it's your first time here, you're highly welcome. Please do well to smash that subscribe button, and also smash the bell that you're seeing right there, so you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. So in this video, we'll be making this beautiful handkerchief top, also referred to as a bubu top, with a triangular hem. So if this is something you want to learn how to make, then do well and keep watching. The moment I saw this top, I fell in love with it, and I decided that I am going to recreate it. And trust me, it is versatile. It is something you can wear with a shirt or a pant, and it is beautiful and free. So keep watching, and let's dive right into the tutorial. For making this top, I'll be making use of the plain crepe material, and this particular one is quite stretchy. But from the inspiration, the material used is the flowered crepe material. You can also get to use the flowered satin fabric. Yes, whichever you want to use is okay. For this top, 1 yard is okay for any body size, whether slim or fat. But if the person is extremely fat, you can just get to use 1.5 yards. And take note that a yard is 36 inches. And with this being said, we'll dive right into how to fold your fabric to achieve this beautiful top. So firstly, in folding it, I'm just going to spread my fabric wide open like this. And from this end to this end is the 1 yard, which is the 36 inches. Are you seeing it? Next step is I am now going to fold it into two like so. Please watch. I'll bring in the other hand and fold it into two like this. And after folding it into two, okay, right now I'm just going to place my camera so you can get to see the full table, right? So after folding it into two, the next step is to go towards one end of the fabric and fold this fabric again, but this time to get a triangular shape. So right now, I'll go towards this end of the fabric here and I'll fold like this. So you can see I've achieved the triangular shape. So right now I have 4 folds. So I'll carefully arrange this, and this part of the fabric here that there is no opening will serve as the center front and the center back. Take note that we are drafting both the front and the back together. So I'll go ahead and use my pins to hold my fabric in place. The reason for this is so that after cutting, one side does not look longer than the other or uneven. And you know that some fabrics like satin gets to misbehave because of its slippery nature. After cutting it out, one side tends to look longer than the other. So you just have to use your pins to hold the fabrics in place so that it does not misbehave as such. After carefully arranging the fabric and pinning it down, the next step is to go ahead and cut out the neckline. Now for the neckline, for a slim or medium sized person, you can use 6.5 inches. Now for a fat person, just go ahead and make use of 7 inches. Take note that when cutting out neckline on bias foldings like this, you have to start with smaller figures. Then probably after opening the fabric up and you find out that the neckline is still very small, you can readjust rather than starting very big, and when you open it the neckline is very big and there is nothing you can do about it. You get. So right now I'm locating 6.5 inches on the fabric like this. Starting from the top, I will have to locate the side that is 6.5 inches wide, and I'll go ahead and mark it out like this. So I'll go ahead and draw a straight line like so on the 6.5 inches wideness space. And after marking out 6.5 inches, now to get the curved neckline, I will have to come down from the straight line by 1.5 inches. I'll come down by 1.5 inches, and I will connect this 1.5 inches back to the straight line like this on the side that has open sides. You get. So I'll go ahead and connect like so. And this curved line here is my new neckline. So when I get to measure it, I have 7.5 inches here. So meaning 1 inch extra was added to the neckline. So right now, I'll go ahead and bring in my scissors and cut out this new neckline like this. So after cutting out the neckline, I'll just go ahead and use my pins to, hold this points in place so that the fabric does not shift while moving it. And then I will readjust my fabric so that you can get to see everything. So right now I've gone ahead to iron out my fabric so that I can straighten out the ruffles. And from the side here, I'll come in by 1/2 inch here. And I'll go ahead and connect this 1/2 inch back to the side like this. This is to eliminate gaping on the neckline. So that way the neckline is fully relaxed without any form of gaping or folding around it. So I'll go ahead and cut out that 1/2 inch there. Next step is to cut out the sleeve opening. And I'll be cutting that out on this pointed part on the side here, where all the 4 foldings are complete. And I'll go ahead and divide my round sleeve measurement by 2, which is also referred to as the bicep. And I'll add extra 1 inch to whatever I get for sewing allowance. So my round sleeve measurement is 13 inches divided by 2 gives me 6.5 plus 1 inch gives me 7.5 inches. So on this pointed part here, I will go ahead and locate 7.5 inches and I will mark it out on both ends like this. After marking out this measurement, I'll go ahead and connect the 2 points together with a curve like this. Make sure to connect the sleeve with a curve so that you have the curved hem on the inspiration. So this is it. So right now I'll go ahead and cut out the round sleeve like this. So I'll just go ahead and use my pin to hold those points in place so that it stays put. And after cutting out the sleeve opening, the next step is to determine the length for this top. Generally 35 inches is okay for the length for this top, but I'll be making mine 34 inches, and on this side here, which is the center front and center back, is where that triangular hem is located. So I'll mark out 34 inches and I'll go ahead and cut out the hem like this. Moving on, next step is to mark out the hip opening. Now to get the hip opening, divide your round hip measurement by 4 plus 1 inch. So my round hip measurement is 40 divided by 4 gives me 10 plus 1 inch is 11. So from the hem here, I will locate the space that is 11 inches wide, which is here, and I'll go ahead and mark it out. And after marking it out at the side here, I will give the point a little notch just to indicate, okay, this is where the hip opening is located. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and take out all the pins and I'll cut open the side that is joined together here at the side here. And right now, go ahead and spread open the top so that I can go ahead and join this together. So this is what I have, and this is the triangular hem. In closing it up, I'll close up from the shoulder to the sleeve opening here, from the shoulder to the sleeve opening on both sides, and from the sleeve opening, I'll close it up to the hip opening. You get, so I'll go ahead and do that on both sides and I'll bring it back. This is what I have. I have closed up from the shoulder to the sleeve opening, and from the sleeve opening to the hip opening. Yeah, that is that point that I notch after marking out the round hip measurement. Moving on, next step is to turn the hem of the rough ends of this top, which is the neckline and the sleeve opening and the triangular hem. So I have cut out a piece of the fabric which is 1 inch wide, and I'll be using it as a bias, or you can just go ahead and get a bias from the market. And on the right side, I'll be placing the bias like this. I'll be placing it on the right side round the neckline, and I'll repeat the same thing round the sleeve opening as well. So on the right side, I'll place it round and I'll go ahead and close it up using 1/2 inch or 0.25 inch allowance. Then I'll flip it to the wrong side like this and sew it round. So I'll repeat the same thing on the sleeve hem as well, and at the triangular hem, I'll just go ahead and double fold like this and run a straight stitch through it to, you know, turn the hem of the triangular shape. And I will head over to the sewing machine right now to turn the neckline and also hem the round sleeve. And this is me sewing my fabric cutout bias on the right side of the neckline, round the neckline. So I'll go ahead and sew it round. After sewing it round on the right side, next step is to go ahead and bring it out and flip the bias to the wrong side of the neckline like this. I'll flip it to the wrong side like so, and I'll fold it twice. I'll fold the bias twice like this. But if it's a already made bias that you got from the market, no need to fold it twice. Just bend it once and run a straight stitch on the edge of the bias. So since my own is that of fabric, I'm just folding twice, and I'll run a straight stitch on the edge of the bias, that is on the other hand of the bias, like this. And try as much as possible for your stitches to be straight to give a more neater finishing and look. So I'll go ahead and stitch it round the neckline, and I'm also going to use this particular method to turn round the sleeve hem. And this is how the right side look after turning the hem, and this is the wrong side how it looking. So this is it. So I repeat the same thing at the sleeve hem and also turn the triangular hem. So this is what I have. I am done sewing this top, and you can see how beautiful it is looking. So if you enjoyed this video, and if you found this video helpful, and you're yet to smash that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Please hit on the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video to also help us sew buddies who may want to recreate this stylish top. And trust me, this top is very beautiful, and it is something you can include in your ready to wear two-piece wear. You can wear it with a short, which is also a knicker, or a pants. Yes, it is beautiful. A leggings. This is so beautiful. So see you on my next video. Love ya. Bye.